All right, students, I just want to make a quick video about the basics of marketing and the marketing mix. So when we think about marketing, we think about the 5 Ps. And what are the 5 Ps? So if you wanted to fill in your graphic organizer, if you haven't had a chance to do that, the one you received in class, or you can find it off the course website, please grab that and you can fill in the graphic organizer. So the first P that we're going to talk about is price. So whenever you're marketing something, it is important to know what price you can charge. And a lot of research always goes into price. So if we had, say, 2 different types of markets, let's say one is like the deodorant market and the other one is the tablet market. So the cost of deodorant, I don't know, is around $2.50 a unit. iPads, I think they're a little more expensive than that actually. The minis, I think they're around $399. So, and then they even go up more than that. So those are 2 examples. Now, what types of prices can you charge? Well, you can charge a premium price. That's like a high price, depending on the quality of your product. Or you could offer a discount, like if you needed to offer some sales prices to like move your items. There are also rebates. If you can send in a rebate, you buy the product and you can send in a rebate, get cash back. Also, you have to consider any taxes or tariffs that might be associated with your product. And also the cost of producing your product. So these are all things you can consider. The other thing you could also consider is if you're able to sell your product on credit. That used to be really popular. Not so much anymore because you buy things on credit cards and things like that. But they used to be actually you could buy things on credit. All right, the second P is place. So we need to talk about where we can buy our products. So first thing you need to think about is the geographic place. Like, is it in the United States? Is it in New York? Where is it? Where can you actually physically go buy that product? So where are your stores located? So that's one thing you could think about. Like, is there a physical store that you can buy this product? And where is it? The other thing you can think about is much more prevalent now is online. So if you think Toys R Us just actually went out of business because of all of the online toy business. So generally, you can't even go to Toys R Us anymore to get toys. So that's one example. P3 is promotion. So what type of promotions do you see? And you see ads on the subway all the time as you're coming to school. So let's think about the types of promotion that we can see. So we have advertising, and this is known as sort of a pull. So if we think about, it's like kind of push versus pull. Advertising is more of a pull. You're trying to pull your customers in using either online ads or print ads or TV or radio or whatever. You're just trying to get your customers into the store or online, or even online. Those banner ads that you see coming up. Those are all pull. You're trying to get your customers to actually buy your product that way. And then there's direct sales. So this is actually happening quite a bit through social media now, where actually people are trying to sell you product directly through social media. And we're going to talk a little bit about the algorithms that are built into the social media algorithms later in the class. And then also direct sales force. People used to actually knock on doors and try and sell vacuum cleaners or whatever. So that is also, think about people that call you up on the phone and trying to sell you something. That's direct sales. So that's more of a push. So we have kind of pull up here. You're trying to pull your customers in. Here you're just trying to push the product out the door. You're trying to just sell it directly. Other examples are public relations and then free advertising. So those are other forms of promotion. The next P is product. Well, this is actually probably the most important P. Well, I won't say that. There is another more important P. But product is a very important P. So here we have 2 types of products. We have our deodorant and we have our tablet. So this is a specific deodorant. It's a speed stick, and then this is an iPad. So when we think about product, what is the quality of your product? Is it a high quality item? Is it a low budget item? Is it a low cost item? That's the thing you need to think about. What features is it going to have? Like this deodorant is designed to control sweating and body odor. Some actually only just control body odor. They don't actually control your sweating. So there's antiperspirant, and then there's deodorants. This iPad actually has a lot of different features. And then you can also think about size. how big is it? Yeah, so the iPad has different sizes, so you can think about size as a potential thing about your product. Are you going to make it small or big, or there are lots of different features and things that you can think about when you're designing your product. So, product. Let's also talk about the growth share matrix when we're talking about our product. So, is your product going into a market that has, say, low growth or high growth? So we can think about all different types of markets, right? Is the iPad market or the tablet market a high growth market? I don't really know. I mean, now it seems like lots of people have tablets. Maybe that market's not growing as much. So it started out when it was a really, new product. There's a lot of growth potential, but as the product matures, it's going to move to a low growth market. And then you have to think about your market share. And that's something you need to actually invest in. So how are you going to gain market share? So you need to spend money either by advertising or doing something to gain your market share. And so if you have a lot of market share and it's a high growth product, that's what you would call a star, right? And then if you have a high growth market and a low market share, that's a question mark. So if you're up here, then you should have to think about, all right, am I going to invest and see if I can move it and make it a star by gaining market share, or is it a really competitive market and it's going to be really hard for me to gain that market share? Then, as the product matures, if you have a star and it turns into a low growth market, then it's going to move down here to becoming a cash cow. So you still keep your market share. So say you have a high monopoly on something, say, iPhone, Apple has a big monopoly on the tablet market. There aren't that many competitors out there, so they kind of moved into a cash cow for them. If you're here and you're in a high growth market but you don't have market share, and then all of a sudden it becomes a low growth market, that's what we would call a dog. That's a market you definitely need to leave. You don't really want to spend any money on a low growth market when you have low market share. And it's really hard to move from a dog to a cash cow because it's just the returns are not going to necessarily be there. So that's the growth share matrix, and that's something you're going to really need to consider. So here are 4 P's: price, place, promotion, and product. And the last P that's most important are people. So we have, people buying Apple products and iPads, and we have people that need deodorant. So those are the 2 markets. And also when you're thinking about people, you can think about the people behind the marketing, right? Who are the salespeople and who are creating the advertisements and your promotion? Who are the people building your place of business or your store or your online business? Like who are your website designers, those sorts of things. So there are other people involved as well. So here are some definitions I just wanted to review. So marketing is the action or business of promoting and selling products or services, including market research and advertising. The marketing mix, which is just what we've just discussed, is a combination of factors that can be controlled by a company to influence consumers to purchase its products. So, and again, once we figure out our marketing mix, we can then see where we fit in that growth matrix. Right here. So, I hope this helps, and please let me know if you have any questions.